Hey everyone, welcome to Flings with the Geekiary. I'm Erin and I'm here along with Tara and our admin Angel. Hopefully we'll be joined shortly by Jamie. We're fans, we have feelings, and this is where we webcast about them. And we have a lot of San Diego Comic-Con feelings, obviously, so welcome.
Yeah. Also, don't forget that this is also a podcast, so you can subscribe to us on iTunes so that you don't miss any of our feelings. But if you are listening to it as a podcast, remember it is recorded live and it's a webcast, so we're not exactly sure what's going to happen. Please forgive us any technical difficulties or accidental swears. Additionally, we'd like to remind you that the views and swears expressed in this webcast are those of the host as individuals and do not necessarily represent the Geekiary or the webcast itself as a whole. Erin, you want to talk about Twitter?
So it's been like a year since I've been on a webcast with you guys, since last year's Comic-Con, and last year Tara was always the one that swore first. Is that going to hold true this time around?
Sometimes Vaughn gets me these days, but she's not here. So.
Vaughn does.
Not here, so you can be first.
Well, you could tweet with us and call out the first person who swears with the hashtag Geekiary Feelings.
Yes.
It'll probably be me.
It will not be me. Yeah, so as Tara said, be sure to use hashtag Geekiary Feelings on Twitter. Call us out, let us know, ask us questions, you know. Especially
about San Diego Comic-Con, because we're getting close to it.
Yay! And usually the Comic-Con webcasts are the only ones that I join with you guys. And I'm really excited to finally have a webcam because last year I only got to be on it because Tara was here in Hawaii visiting me at the time. But I actually have a webcam, so I get to join you guys this time. I'm not some mysterious ghost. It's like, she's here. Let me tell you what she's saying in Facebook chat right now.
Yeah, the extent of my San Diego Comic-Con planning, you guys, is to set two things that I'm bringing on my desk. One is Welcome to Deadland by Zachary Tyler Linville. He won, Nerdist had a novel, like sci-fi fantasy or maybe just sci-fi horror novel contest, and this is a book that won, and it's basically like zombie apocalypse coming out story. It's pretty good, and I'll be interviewing him. We'll talk about that later at Comic-Con, so I'm bringing this because I want to get it signed. And then also, just so that you know, Stephanie, this is the other thing that I already have set aside, and it is your Kaylee travel pouch.
Oh, yay! I'm so excited for that. Yay! Oh, that is so great.
Actually, you know what it'd probably be good for is like makeup and stuff. But like regardless, it's like a nice little travel pouch for you. So
is that one of the ones from Loot Crate?
Yes.
Oh, it's amazing.
And like I'm not a huge like Firefly fan. I don't dislike it or anything. I just not a big fan. But also like I have a really nice travel set, so I was like, who do I know? And I couldn't, after the debacle of me sending you Loot Crate stuff to Hawaii and you not getting it, I was like, I'm just bringing this to San Diego. So that's my packing right there.
Oh, man. I'm almost entirely packed except for some stuff that's in the laundry right now, my computer and my cell phone. Well, and the cords for the accompanying computer and cell phone. Other than that, everything else is packed.
Y'all are going to be there so much sooner than I am. I'm not getting there till Thursday night, so I haven't even looked at the Thursday schedule because I don't want to be upset about what I'm missing.
One thing I want to do, since this is about Comic-Con and we might have people tuning into the show that don't usually tune in, I kind of wanted us to say what our Comic-Con experience is, and if anyone has any questions about the convention, especially as we're going over what we're doing, and if listeners are doing the same thing, they can tweet to us and we can answer. I personally have been going to Comic-Con since 2011. I skipped 2012, but then 2013, 14, 15, and then this year, so I've been going for about 5 years. How long have you guys been going?
Erin?
Okay.
You've been going a lot longer than I have.
No, I haven't. This is only my third year.
Oh,
Really?
Me
Yeah.
too.
Wait, am I the veteran? Am I the San Diego Comic-Con veteran of the group?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got lucky in 2014, 2 years ago. I just kind of I'd always wanted to go for like 10 years, and one morning the morning that the ticket sales happened, I just logged on and I was like, I'm just going to try. I found a buddy on Twitter, and I got in about 5 minutes into the sale and got us both 4 days with preview night.
Nice.
And
See, I met you
so,
your first year.
yep. Yep.
And I didn't know that was your first year because you had everything down, and I'm like, oh, she's a pro.
That is because I had an awesome roommate who is still my roommate. We room together every year, and she's the best, and she's a veteran. So she just kind of took me along for the ride, and now I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on everything.
Yeah, it's my third year too. I'm with Stephanie when I met you at the Friends of Comic-Con International dinner on Sunday night in 2014. I assumed that you had been going forever. But yeah, I was press 2014, 2015, and actually last year I got a press badge. Then I also got a pro badge, but they give you a choice, I think, over which one you'd rather be on, but I chose press badge again because I already had, by the time I got my pro information, I already had like interviews and press rooms set up. So I was press last year, but this year I didn't apply as press at all, just pro. So this will be my first year with a pro badge. I'm pretty excited.
I'm really excited to see what like perks that brings you, because I have no idea. The pro world is completely foreign to me. Like I went as a regular attendee.
Perks, but like I want to get into a party.
You might.
So invite me to party.
Parties here though, for sure. But yeah, I attended 2011. I just had a Sunday badge. 2012 I skipped, which I regretted. 2013 I went back with full 4-day badge. 14 and 15 I was press, and this year I'm press too. So I know nothing about the pro side.
This is my
Other than
first
it's
year.
also free.
This is my first year as press, and I will tell you, it's very stressful. So if you like encounter some of your favorite bloggers or whatever, like give them a high five or something, because seriously, it's like sweat and tears in the weeks leading up to this thing.
It really is. Us going back and forth. We have a private Facebook chat room where we've been discussing plans and everything, and I've broken down multiple times, like, I can't do this thing and that thing at the same time. Like, what do I do?
Oh, that was me last year. I got into like 5 press rooms, and 4 of them were on Friday. 1 was on Thursday, 4 were on Friday, and they were so close together and they were all, obviously at the Hilton, or Hilton Bayfront, so obviously I didn't have any way, I really didn't have time to go over to the convention center even. So I just was literally at the Hilton Bayfront all day on Friday from 8:15 or 8:20 in the morning until 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
The extent of me doing anything other than sitting in press rooms was going down to the Starbucks in the hotel, getting a drink, getting a coffee, and sitting out on the lawn and drinking it, and then running back up to my next press room. So.
Yeah. I've met some people in the press rooms that don't do anything other than press rooms the entire weekend, but that's not my style. I want to see the rest of the convention too. Like, I try to limit myself to 3 or 4 press rooms the entire weekend. But I'll talk about which ones I have confirmed later. But, like, I just can't imagine just sitting in press rooms the entire weekend and not doing anything else. But some people do it. Like, they don't see anything other than the Hilton.
I regretted it last year only because so many of them were back to back to back to back, and it was just like I said, it took up my whole Friday. There were and I was stupid, or well, it wasn't stupid, but the schedule came out before a bunch of my press rooms were confirmed, and I was given the exact times. So, like I didn't, it's like I'd already looked at the schedule and like saw some panels I wanted to go to. Then I get my press room schedule, and it's like I had to miss about at least 3 panels I really would have enjoyed.
I have to miss a Star Trek panel this year, or press room this year, because of Hall H, because it's on Saturday. And I am a huge Trekkie. And this press room is going to have Shatner, Brent Spiner, who else is going to be there? So many other people. And yet I'm looking at it and I'm like, I'm going to be in Hall H all day long. I have to skip this amazing press room because of Hall H.
Better you
with
Hall H.
No!
With Hall H.
And I'm sleeping on the carpet. But we'll get to that later. Before we get into what we actually have confirmed, I think we do have a few news items in general, unless anyone else has anything else to say. So I know you guys have been talking about this the past couple episodes you guys have had, but we have the Geekiary garage sale, so we can cover our security upgrade. It basically helps protect us from like hackers, because a couple years ago, or about a year ago, we got hacked, and so now we have a security upgrade and no hack. But in order to pay for it, we are selling off some great stuff that we love. One of them I actually have within reach here. I'm selling my Sebastian pop doll. I think I have it up for $11. Which I think it retails for about $15, so that's a deal. Yeah, so that's something. We're still, I think, about $80 short on covering the cost of our security upgrade. And we will tweet out the link for the garage sale because we need it.
Yeah, most of my stuff that I'm selling is at work. I do have, well, actually, pause for a moment, and I will get the other 2 things, because I do have 2 things here, and one of them is very geeky-ary. It's very geeky-ary related. Hold on.
No problem. I'll talk. Wait, Erin, you talk. I don't know. This is real life.
You can talk. I don't really have anything to say about the garage sale.
Pop doll. Go buy a pop doll, guys. We do security upgrade. This is terrible. This is why I don't do Geekiary Webcast frequently, because I'm bad at it. But
well, while we're waiting for Tara to come back, you can follow us on all of our social media. We have like everything. We have Twitter, Facebook, Google+, Instagram, Snapchat, Periscope. We'll send links out to all of those. But be sure to follow all of those accounts during Comic-Con. We will be on all of them very actively, so you never know what might pop up at any given time, especially Periscope. I love to Periscope, so and that's linked to the Twitter account. So
as long as I'm not having issues with service and stuff, I will be. My thing when I'm at conventions, I tend to focus on our Instagram. So definitely keep an eye on our Instagram. I like to tweet a lot of cosplays, but like with a convention like Sandy, and at MegaCon, I was able to interact with a bunch of celebrities because I was a guest myself. So like I was able to get pictures with some celebrities, and Comic-Con is the type of place where there's just kind of celebrities everywhere. So I'm hoping to get some of that for our Instagram. But yeah, real quick, the garage sale. One of the things up for sale is a copy of my book. It's my first novel, and it was just published in paperback the end of May. So, and I'll sign it and stuff. The other thing is our Geekiary, what was once a Geekiary ebook. And with this one, look at you guys. It's a real book.
So pretty.
I know, like.
Oh my God, that's so great.
So I had purchased.
First time I'm seeing it actually printed.
I know,
right?
Oh,
that's so great.
So I printed a few copies for MegaCon, but so we're selling one of them in our thing. And actually, since we'll be at SDCC, if you want to buy that Geekiary ebook that Geekiary book that's on our garage sale. Hopefully someone has tweeted the link to that because
I've got it.
But yeah, if you buy the Geekiary book, several people who have essays in it are going to be at Comic-Con, so we can get it signed and deliver it to you by hand if you want. So
That's amazing.
Or I could actually, maybe I'll just bring a copy for us to sign in case somebody buys it later so that it's signed by more than one of us.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. I'll sign it. I also have one more news thing that's not related in any way to Comic-Con, but I don't care. I'm pimping my own work.
Hey, it's the Geek Area's work, you know?
It's true. So another thing the Geek Area has done is me and Dean, who's an editor on the Geek Area, have launched a new podcast called Captain America Minute. We release new episodes every Monday and Friday, and each episode we analyze 1 minute, so 60 seconds of Captain America, the First Avenger. So we talk usually on average about 20 minutes for 60 seconds of film. The first 3 or 4 episodes, there's a lot of snow. But then characters actually start to get introduced, and it actually becomes interesting. So if you're tuning into this podcast, this webcast, go listen to that podcast too. I promise it gets interesting once we get out of the snow. And that's
how many minutes
hosted by the Geek Area, so you can find a link for that.
How many minutes of snow?
So the first 4 episodes, yeah, it's a lot. So there, I pimped my own work. I had to because I'm really proud of that podcast.
So I guess we're still waiting on Jamie. Sad face.
Yeah, she's still having some technical issues.
Well, hopefully she'll get on.
That's why we were late.
But so anyway, yeah. The last news thing, just because it's just everywhere now, is Pokemon Go is happening, and how do we think it will affect San Diego Comic-Con? Because they've already. Was it legit that Mary Sue post, was that legit about them moving Pokemon Go, the panel, to Hall H?
Yes! It's in Hall H now! And for people who don't attend San Diego Comic-Con, I think it's Sunday. Right? Okay, the original panel was on Thursday, and it was in, like, room 5 something or other, and honestly, I've never been in one of the 5 rooms, so I don't even know what those are like, but they're small. And then it got an upgrade from this small room that I've never been in to Hall H on Sunday after Supernatural and Sherlock and all these other things. So that's a pretty massive upgrade. Hall H is where Marvel is. Hall H is where Supernatural, Sherlock is. Hall H is where Suicide Squad's going to be. Star Trek 50th anniversary, and Pokemon Go!
Yeah, I'm looking at it now, 1:45 p.m. Noting 1:45 p.m. Pokemon Go, Hall H. That is insane.
I'm busy that day. I'm so sad.
I mean, I'm probably, let's be honest, I write down about 20 panels I want to go to at Comic-Con, and then it's so crazy and busy and there's so much going on that I end up going to like 3. But yeah, well, I mean, and also my Friday this year is interviews again that are taking up like 11:30 in the morning to like 4:30 in the afternoon, so that's great. But yeah, I'm gonna try, you know. So, and I'm just like, there's so little cell phone service there. I can't imagine that the game is gonna work well.
That might be true.
Today there was like the release in Europe, and servers were like crashing all over the place this morning. But then they also had a DDoS attack on their servers.
Yes.
So it's like
this morning was crazy.
So I don't know as if anybody is gonna like DDoS attack their servers while San Diego Comic-Con is going on. But even if they don't, all those people in San Diego, like and there's already bad cell phone and internet service everywhere. Like I'm hoping I'll be happy if I can like walk a couple eggs and like catch a couple Pokestops at this point.
Here's what I'm imagining. I'm imagining that any gyms that are in the downtown like gas lamp area are just going to be constantly shifting back and forth between teams. Like there's not going to be any way for anyone to hold any gym because we're all geeks, and we all have really high-level characters at this point. I mean, I'm not even remotely the highest level. I'm about to flip over to 19, but someone down the street's level 26. Like, there's no way anyone's going to be able to hold anything, but the Pokestops are going to probably all have lures all weekend long.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You can just walk through Gaslamp, and it's going to be like Pokemon, like, just...
Well, to be honest, my city is really small. I mean, 70,000 people maybe, and our downtown area, if you were to walk from like the historic West End to like the North End, where the official like downtown pretty Greenville area, business area ends, it's like maybe 2.5 miles, probably less. And I was driving by downtown in the passenger seat. My friend Becca was driving, the other day, and it was literally like every other Pokestop was a lure, and there's like 4 or 5 Pokestops on every corner. Everything was flower petals everywhere. It was beautiful. And but yeah, so I'm just worried. I am a little bit worried about the like just also how it'll affect like cell phone service even more.
Oh,
like,
God.
But and also like there's a gym in my neighborhood. It's a block and a half from my house, and that gym has been under war the entire since I've been back from Chicago. for the first week of Pokemon Go, one of my friends who lives about a half mile from me held it, but then like once other people started like getting into it and leveling up, it's been literally changing every couple hours. I'll go on a walk and it'll be like under a fight when I pass by it, and then like under a different fight when I pass back.
I've managed to hold a gym for about 6 hours. That's about the longest. And I live out here in Honolulu, so lots of geeks out here. Like, we have a really big, thriving geek community in Honolulu, but our population is not nearly as big as, like, San Diego is going to be during Comic-Con. Like, you have the population in general of San Diego, and then 130,000 extra nerds pushed into it at the same time, so I can't even imagine. Like, my 6-hour hold that I was really impressed with, I'll be impressed if I can get into a gym for 6 minutes.
I think I held mine for about 6 hours, but anyway, so Pokemon Go is going to be crazy at Comic-Con. I'll maybe try to attend that panel. We'll see what happens, what my schedule for Sunday is, because I honestly can't remember. But there's also tons of other stuff going on, so you guys want to move into what we have confirmed, and we'll just save Jamie in case she can get on.
Yes. The first thing I want to talk about that we're definitely doing is something that me and you are doing, Tara, which is this Steven Universe panel, which Steven Universe has kind of taken over our website, and I'm very happy with that. Like, good job. Let's keep this going. But
I think I've recommended it on this webcast like every other month at least, because it is such a beautiful and like heartwarming show.
Is that Jamie? I think I see Jamie.
There is a Jamie face. Will she have audio and video?
Jamie face.
But yeah, so
she may join us.
I'm totally okay with the fact that we are so Pokemon Go. So
Steven Universe.
Steven Universe. I've literally had half a glass of wine, so like I can't even blame it on that. But yeah, so I'm super excited. I feel a little bit bad because Stephanie is going to have to wait a little longer in line because I can't pick up my pass until 8:30 that morning, which I kept saying I knew that Brian didn't get in line last year for that panel until 8:45 because he arrived Thursday night too after they closed registration, and I didn't know why I remembered that, and now it's all of a sudden in the middle of the day today I realized, oh yeah, because he had to go pick up his pass. Crap, I have to go pick up my pass. But I will repay in form of coffee and food.
Oh look, I think I see Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
Hi!
It's okay, Jamie. You made it at the right time. We're just now getting into what we're actually doing at San Diego Comic-Con versus trying to sell versus Pokemon Go and trying to sell things.
Okay.
We're actually to the part where this webcast is about now. Yay! But we're talking about the Steven Universe panel and how Steven Universe has taken over the Geekery. And it was actually a year ago at San Diego Comic-Con last year, Tara, when you had the press room for it, and I didn't know what it was. I'm like, the Geekery doesn't really cover cartoons. Sometimes we cover anime. This isn't really our thing, but you know what? Yeah, sure. Let's cover Steven Universe. And now a year later, I'm just like all about Steven Universe. I'm like hopelessly obsessed, and hopefully I'll get into the press room for it. It hasn't been confirmed. It's supposed to be confirmed on Monday.
Yeah,
but I'm definitely going to be attending general panel.
They were very late with it last year too. Like that was one of the ones where I heard, and I literally had a couple. I had a day or two. It was like a day or two before I left from Hawaii to get to San Diego. Honestly, I may have been in San Diego or like traveling between. It was like right before. But Rebecca Sugar is a doll, so. I love her so much.
Yes, she's amazing.
And I am going to try to stand up in that panel and ask a question about Beach City Con.
Dude, I may or may not have a couple questions planned if I get into the press room about the convention, because we've gone to Reddit for questions. Reddit's been a huge supporter of our website's Steven Universe coverage.
Yeah.
So I'm not confirmed for the press room yet. However, I asked KK, who is one of our writers and is a Reddit member and huge in the Steven Universe Reddit community, to ask Reddit for questions. And I got a bunch of great questions. And I've also got some questions about Beach City Con. And if I get into the press room, those are going to be asked. So thank you, Reddit, and thank you, Beach City Con. I got some good questions if I get in. Please let me get in. My flight leaves Monday, so I'm afraid I'm going to get the confirmation while I'm in the air, and then it's going to get filled up by the time I land.
No. Once they send you the confirmation, they give you like 24 hours or 48 hours to respond.
Thank God. My flight's about 6 hours.
I didn't have a problem with it. So, but anyway, so yeah, hopefully Steven Universe press, and definitely Steven Universe panel, because we'll be in line. What else should we go by day? I feel like we should go by day.
Yeah, we kind of started with Friday. So Steven Universe panel is Friday. Thursday, the only thing I'm doing that I know for sure I'm doing is the Game of Thrones offsite. Oh, and the Felicia Day Nerd Headquarter panel at Nerd HQ. Those are the only two things I really have planned for Thursday besides parties, which do we want to talk about parties now or later?
Oh, there's my dog. You can talk about parties. I'm going to mute this for a second because my dog is going to bark.
Sure. So my Thursday is Game of Thrones offsite in the morning, Felicia Day Nerd Headquarters in the afternoon, and then I'm double booked for parties that night. I have the Fandom Float party at Hard Rock, and I believe the Wayward Cocktails party is that night as well. So I have 2 parties to attend. It's going to be a weird night. What are you guys doing on Thursday?
I have nothing confirmed so far. Teen Wolf is Thursday, but I haven't heard back about the press room yet. That's actually pretty much my Thursday so far.
I'm not even flying. My flight, if it's on time, lands at like 10:05 p.m. So that's my Thursday.
I actually have a pretty full Thursday. I plan on getting up hopefully a little early and going straight to Nerd HQ to check things out. I don't have any panels planned for Nerd HQ that day, but I would like to go check out the space and see how it's all set up this year again and everything. So, and then I'll be spending most of the rest of the day in Indigo Ballroom. We've got several panels in there. I'm excited to see the Happy Place panel and also Silicon Valley, which is one of my favorite shows. I love that show.
So I've never even heard of that show. Tell me about that show.
It's
HBO.
It's a sitcom on HBO, and it's about a tech startup and the guys behind it, and it's really character driven. It's hilarious, and So I'm excited for that panel, and it's right before the Van Helsing panel, which I will be attending as well. Van Helsing is a new show that is premiering in September on Sci-Fi, and I am also going to the press room for that on Thursday. So I'm excited to meet the cast and learn more about the show.
Yeah, that's exciting. Because I did one of those last year for Lucifer, and it was like their pre-show press panel, and it was second to Steven Universe in terms of like how good my press rooms were.
I'm excited. The lead is plays Kelly Overton is the actress, and she plays Vanessa Helsing, and she was on True Blood for a while. So it's going to be something I'm looking forward to checking out. So I love horror shows. That's my favorite genre. So I'm excited. And then I have a couple parties on Thursday night.
Which ones are you? You're doing the fandom float thing at Hard Rock too.
Yeah.
What party are you going to? Oh my god.
The Scholastic party is that night too.
Anyone?
Yeah.
Is anyone going to be sober on Thursday night?
Scholastic party.
Anybody? Anybody?
Me.
Oh, you'll be sober.
Probably.
Because you'll be home. Get drunk at home.
No. Thursday night, I'll be on my way there, but I don't like drinking on planes, so it's too much like if you've been drinking like before your flight or on your flight or during a layover and you have to go to the bathroom and they're trying to land and then there's like 40 minutes between when the seatbelt sign clicks on and when you actually get off the plane. It's miserable. And then also they stop serving alcohol, so then you've got like this like 40-minute time where you start getting that like you started feeling good and then you didn't keep drinking, so it's going away, headache. Like, yeah, I don't care for drinking on flights. So.
All right, so you'll be the sober, geeky person on Thursday night. The rest of us will be in San Diego, drunk off our butts. See, I didn't swear. I wasn't the first. Even though I think that word is okay on the website. I created the rules and I don't even know. Anyway.
We are very clear that this is a like R-rated webcast, so.
So here's the thing. We've been talking about Thursday, and we also talked a little bit about Friday, but if we're going by day, we kind of completely skipped Wednesday, which there's actually shit. Oh, oops.
Ah!
Yep.
Yes! It was not me this
I fail. Can I fire myself?
Every time you're on a webcast, we go through that.
I'm fired. But anyway, there's stuff on Wednesday as well, so I don't know. Who else has exciting stuff on Thursday, and then maybe we can backtrack and rewind to Wednesday.
Well,
I don't know.
we can talk about
So
Wednesday.
disorganized.
We can talk about Wednesday on Wednesday, which is when we have our next webcast.
Oh, that's true.
So,
Good idea. There you go.
What time are you guys doing it? 5 p.m. Pacific or earlier?
I think so.
I think we're doing it at 4 o'clock Pacific. Let me pull up our little advertisement.
Yeah, 5
p.m.
maybe. It doesn't matter. Like I'm gonna be there because I'll be home Wednesday, so I can, hate all of you guys for being together while I'm sitting at home.
Preview night webcast. Well, it's giving me Hawaii Standard Time at 2 p.m., which I'm assuming is 5 p.m. Pacific. So 5 p.m. on Wednesday.
Okay.
We'll be doing so we'll talk about Wednesday on Wednesday.
So,
well,
yeah.
and you said standard, so who really knows what time it is? I don't know.
True.
I don't know. Hawaii doesn't change time zones. We're the same time all year. The rest of y'all can do your time change.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're
We don't know what time it is.
If you're the same time all year, right now this time of year, I remember from being there last year, we're 6 hours ahead East Coast. So if it's at 2 p.m. your time, it's 8 p.m. EDT.
Yes. It's 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 Eastern. Daylight.
Awesome. So we'll talk about Wednesday on Wednesday.
So Friday, I'll actually be there, so I have things I am doing. Anyway, we already kind of mentioned the Steven Universe panel that Angel and I will be attending, and then personally, like then I've got an interview at noon with Zachary Linville, the author of the Welcome to Deadland book. So that's that, and that's over at Petco Park. So like I'll literally be going from the Steven Universe panel to that, and then by the time that's over, I've got a 3 p.m. interview that same day in the exhibit hall with Zach Oat, who's the marketing director with Diamond Select Toys, and I interviewed him at C2E2, and they've been so great with like helping, you know, sending us stuff for like giveaways and whatnot. I actually have like my little home workstation has actually, you know, I don't even want to share him. I don't care about him that much. Where's Scully? There she is. My home workstation has a bunch of these their little mini mates underneath my desktop computer watching me. So yeah, I'm excited to talk to Zach again. He's always really great with us and is able to give us some cool new like collectible and toy news. And then I don't have anything else planned for Friday, but parties, hi! I want to go to parties. I always seem to miss them. I went to one last year.
My Friday, after the Steven Universe panel, after the panel, I'm hoping to do the press room, and then I'm gonna hope and pray to get into room 6BCF, because then there's the American Gods panel, which unfortunately, as like 2 days ago, I was told there's not going to be any American God press room, which I'm really sad about. But I'm gonna try to get into the room for the regular panel, because American Gods is the #1 thing I'm interested in. Because of Steven Universe, I'm not going to be able to line up early for that room, and it's right before the Orphan Black panel, and this is Orphan Black's last year, so that room is going to be really crowded.
What time is
I don't know how that's going to turn out. That's going to be interesting.
What time is the American Gods panel?
American Gods is at 3:15, and Orphan Black is like right after it at like.
Yeah. So if you head over as
I think.
soon as you're done at the Hilton and get in line, you probably got a 50-50 chance.
Exactly. So, I don't know. I'm hoping to get in. Like, that's my #1 thing right now. And if I go to San Diego Comic-Con without seeing Brian Fuller at least once, I'm gonna be really depressed. Like, he's my #1 person at the convention, so.
Yeah, and I was about to ask, are you going to the NBC party? But then I realized it wouldn't matter because Hannibal.
He's not going to be there because Hannibal's canceled. It's on hiatus. There will be a 4th season. Just be patient, everyone. Save Hannibal. # save Hannibal. It's coming back, y'all. It's coming back.
So, Jamie, what are you doing on Friday?
Friday is the 100. I have the press room in the morning, and then I'm hoping to get into the panel, which is at 12:30. It's in Ballroom 20, so I might have okay odds. I don't know. And then the Teen Wolf Nerd HQ panel is that afternoon, so I'm hoping to do that.
Oh.
And
I was gonna say good luck, because I think that Walking Dead is at like 1:30 in Ballroom 20 on Friday.
No, it's in Hall H.
Walking Dead should be in Hall H.
It is in Hall H?
Yeah,
okay.
So she should be fine.
Okay. I was I saw Ballroom 20 on Walking Dead.
Walking Dead and Game of Thrones are like always coupled together on Friday in Hall H. So Ballroom 20, I'm not saying Ballroom 20 is going to be easy, but it doesn't have to contend with that crowd, which for some reason Walking Dead and Game of Thrones is always paired, and I don't know why those fandoms always run together, but they do. I don't get it, but they're there, and they're over there, and she'll be over there, so we're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figure if I head over as soon as I'm done with press, I have a decent shot, but at least I have the press room if I don't get into the panel. So
I mean, there's always the option. They gave us the option at a certain press room last year that was directly before a certain panel. Granted, it wasn't one I really cared to go to, but they did give us the option of helping us get into the room because we were doing their press room. They only gave it because somebody asked about it at the end of the press room.
Ballroom 20 does have a little tiny press cage in front, but it's very small, and you can only go up there for pictures. You can't sit there and watch the whole panel.
Yeah.
You just go up there to snap pictures, and then you gotta leave.
And granted, this wasn't a Ballroom 20 thing, but I'm just saying, if nobody asks about it, it can't hurt. Because that's what happened to us last year.
2 hours before.
Yeah.
The press room's 2 hours before though, so it's not like you have 15 minutes to make it over there.
Oh yeah, we had less. They had to close our press room early.
My first year as press, I had Dominion press room and then Dominion panel, and I ran the entire half, 3/4 of a mile convention length to get into the panel, and I swear up from the panel table, they looked down and they were like, "You, how did you get in here so fast?" Woo, I made it! I'm here.
So you have the 100. Do you have anything else on Friday other than their press room and panel?
Teen Wolf Nerd HQ is in the afternoon.
Okay, yeah.
And then I wanted to check out the MTV and AT&T Virtual Reality Lounge that night. So, but I usually leave my schedule pretty open, so I can just do stuff on. I want to do a lot of offsites this year, so I figured I would just wander around offsites.
I did a lot of offsite stuff my first year, and honestly, that was some of the best stuff I did. So I'm hoping to get a little more in this year. I've got a list of panels I want to go to, but since I don't have an entire day spent in press rooms, I would say that would help, but then I don't have Thursday at all. So, but what are you doing on Friday, Erin?
I have a super exciting press room in the morning. iZombie.
Yay! I did that one last year. It's so great.
Definitely in my top 3 favorite shows. So I'm really excited to attend that, which is good because unfortunately I have to miss the panel later on that day in order to attend the Orphan Black panel at Nerd HQ. Yay! Both of my favorite shows on the same day, so that's exciting. I do have a couple of interviews tentatively scheduled for Friday. I don't want to announce them right now because they're not confirmed, but they're pretty cool. So, but yeah, I have Friday pretty wide open. Other than that, we'll just see how Friday goes. Don't have a lot planned.
All right, so Saturday.
Oh God, Saturday.
Saturday's a busy day for all of us.
Oh my God. Okay, so I have to say, Saturday is going to be my birthday. I'm turning 30 on Saturday. So, and I'm going to be spending the entire day in Hall H. So for me, sleeping on the concrete for my birthday. Yay! Happy birthday to me. And then for some reason
you
they're
did
not
that
starting
2 years ago for your birthday too.
I did, and you were with me during that. So
Yes,
it's becoming a habit of me sleeping on concrete for my birthday. It's great. But for some reason Hall H isn't starting until 11:30 that day, so we're going to be sitting around in Hall H for many hours with nothing to do. It's going to be weird. But at 11:30 in the morning, the Warner Brothers panel, Suicide Squad's the big headliner for that, but they're covering some other things. 2 to 3 o'clock is Star Trek 50th anniversary, so I at least get to see Brian Fuller hosting that panel. If all else fails, if I don't get into the American Gods panel, I get to see Brian Fuller there. 3:15 to 4:15 is the Aliens 30th anniversary panel, which I think it's interesting they're celebrating their 30th on the same day I'm celebrating my 30th. Yay! And then 4:30 to 15 is EW's Women Who Kick Ass, which I've got a curse because it's in the name of the panel. But I think it's interesting they're having that in Hall H. I don't think they usually have that one in Hall H. I think that's usually like Ballroom 20 or something. But there's that. And then the thing that I'm waiting for, 5:30 to 6:45, is Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy and Doctor Strange. There's no confirmation that Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be there, but there's hope. There is a dream.
I just hope they say some things about Guardians so that I can finally release what I know about it.
Yeah, that's right. You have a small little connection there, don't you?
Bigger than small.
Really?
They purchased this. I can say because we're a public company. They purchased $20,000, maybe more, worth of scrap airplane parts for us for the set in Atlanta. From my day job. So I have pictures of some of the stuff they purchased and stuff, but I can't share. And also I had a nice long conversation with the person who came to purchase it, but like it was very much, this is me and you and nobody else right now, and I'm not gonna cost some guy his job.
You can tell me in text message.
Yeah, sure. The guy's really nice and he bought a lot of stuff from us. I don't want to get my company or him in trouble.
But Guardians of the Galaxy is my favorite Marvel movie, which might surprise some people because everyone thinks I'm a Captain America only enthusiast. But Guardians of the Galaxy is actually my favorite, so I'm super.
I would say I was. I'm Guardians of the Galaxy too. I love Captain America, but I'm honestly not huge on Winter Soldier or Civil War, so. I'm not saying I dislike them. I'm just saying that I don't feel for them the way I did for the first one. And like if Guardians of the Galaxy 2 does the same, then I'll be torn. So who else has stuff going on Saturday? Oh, also I prepared myself with water and alcohol, but not my actual planner that I have. So that's why I had to leave. But.
That's how we do things here at the Geek Area. Alcohol, check. Actual schedule, shoot.
Also, I could just have it open on my computer, but I don't like having that many windows open. Anyway, I mean, I guess I'll go next. Saturday is panel day for me. I'm hoping there's a bunch of panels I'm interested in, but I think due to time constraints, I'm hoping to make it. There's a writing panel at the Horton Grand Hotel at 11:30, and that's a lot closer to my hotel than the convention center is. So the panels I was interested in the convention center, it's kind of it'll take me 10 minutes to walk to the Horton Grand versus 20 to walk to the convention center. I'm lazy. I'm not lazy about the walking. I don't mind doing the walking. It's the extra sleeping time I could have. But also that panel's at 11:30. It's called Creating Universes, and there's a 1:45 panel that's a spotlight on Stan Lee. So I kind of want to do that 11:30 to 12:30 panel, and then rush over to the Stan Lee and try to get him. I've never seen him on a panel. I've never met him, and this and NYCC are his last two conventions. So
I got my picture up here with him from when he came to Honolulu a couple of months ago. You gotta see him because this is his last trip.
Yeah, and I don't much mind. If I don't get to meet him, I'm kind of whatever. But meeting them one-on-one for a couple seconds is no big deal for me. But I would really like to go see one of his panels because it's every time my friends go to them, they just gush and gush about how amazing they are. So yeah, I'm hoping to be able. The problem is it's in room 6A. I don't know how crazy that one gets, and I'm not going to get there till about an hour before the panel starts. So we'll see.
Good luck. I don't know how big that room is. It's not one of the bigger ones. Like,
I'm hoping they have a
but hopefully
pro
you'll get
seating section, because like I'm also working these days that I'm there, and this is, the one panel I really, really want to go to, before I actually have to like start doing my panel, because this is my work.
right. You're a fan.
Yeah, we're doing yet again. Last year was our first year, but once again, not yet again. Once again, I will be on a panel with some podcast by some fire people, and it's not just me, Amin, and Kyle again. Ashley, who used to write for the Geekiary about anime mostly, and sometimes about conventions, she is going to be there as well. This is her first San Diego Comic-Con. She's rooming with me. So our panel's at 4 p.m. And since we are technically under the podcast realm, it's in the Neil Griffin Auditorium in the San Diego Central Library, it's pretty easy to get to if you're walking from Petco Park or like the Hilton Bayfront, or like that far end of the convention center near the Hilton Bayfront. You just use like that footbridge that goes over the road and go down by Petco Park, and it's pretty close to that end of the convention center. But yeah, it's at 4 p.m. and it's a Song of Ice and Fire Game of Thrones fan discussion. So we'll be talking about both the books and the show, talking about theories and stuff, and then doing like a Q&A with us as well, because Podcast of Ice and Fire is the longest running Song of Ice and Fire Game of Thrones podcast. And then of course I run Ice and Fire Con, and I do some coverage for the geek area for Game of Thrones as well. So yeah, it's going to be a fun time. And then after that, we're hoping we are going to get together at a bar. We did it last year, but had a little trouble finding one. We have one planned for this year. We think we're going to try for Basic, which is like a pizza place, I say fancy. The prices for San Diego are decent, and it's fancy because it's like, the fancy like oven, brick oven fire pizza, not like a cheap pizza place with a wine menu and everything. So it's called Basic, and it's pretty close to the library. So we're gonna head there right after our panel, and hopefully, just like last year, we'll have some of our panel attendees hang out with us for a while.
What time are you thinking of having that? Because I get out of Hall H at 6:45, and I would love to come hang out with you guys, because I love your convention, so I would love to hang out with some people that are,
last year,
in that stuff.
Our panel goes from like 4 to a little before 5, and by the time we got to the place, it was 5:15, but we stayed there for like 3 hours, and it was just a little tiny bar where there was like no food or anything. So this type of place, as long as we can get in there and get like, because I tried emailing them, but of course nobody takes reservations or anything during Comic-Con, but we're getting there pretty early, and they also know we're coming even though they couldn't take a reservation. So, in that respect, we'll probably be there for several hours at least, especially if we can get in and, they have food and everything. It's not just like a hanging out in a little... The place we went last year was okay, but it was definitely like a dive bar. Well, because it was the only thing we could find. It was the only place we could find that was empty. But it was fun. The drinks were super cheap. My gin and tonics were like $4.
That's pretty amazing.
So yeah, so those are my Saturday plans. And again, parties, people, come on. Tell me where I need to go.
Oh,
who else is doing?
You want to go
Saturday?
to the Entertainment Weekly party? I know.
I don't know.
Wait, does any one of us have an invite to that party?
No.
No.
No. That's not gonna happen.
Someday will be important enough, but not today.
I mean, send me the information on it, and I'll contact them and be like,
Your eye
I could use my work email, like commit.
We'll get our way into that party.
Jamie, what are your Saturday plans?
Saturday I have a couple of press rooms. I have Supergirl in the morning, which I'm really excited about. Because, Tyler Hoechlin's going to be Superman on Supergirl next season. He's not going to be there, but he's going to be on the show, so I'm still excited about it. Unless he's like
still ask questions. How is it working?
Yeah, and I don't think they've started filming yet, so I don't know.
Oh.
But he might be a surprise guest. I don't know. Like, he's not listed in the talent that's coming, but that doesn't mean anything. He could still show up.
Mm-hmm.
He was just in San Diego. He could still be there. We don't know. And then I have the Magicians in the afternoon. So I love the Magicians.
I mean, that's my
next
show. That's my next show on my list since I just finished season 1 of The Expanse. So.
Yay! You finished The Expanse. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Welcome
Hey,
to the
and
club.
I'm not that far behind. It was only 1 season.
It's true.
But
it's kind of the best sci-fi on TV right now.
But that's what happens with me. Like my free time is in the summer. You know what I mean? Like that's when I watch. That's what I did last year. That's when I watched The 100 and iZombie and Sense8. So, and a whole lot of The League, which is kind of something I regret wasting time on now.
Oh, and we'll never get a press room to that ever.
I mean, The League is
great, guys.
It's,
I don't know.
The League is hilarious, but I watched way more of it than I should have because it's one of those shows. I mean, it's like I don't even know if it's a sitcom. It's a raunchy sitcom, and like after about the second season, all of the jokes and stuff are the same. And I watched like 4.5. No, I watched 5 seasons of it, and then I was like, I don't even know if I finished the 5th season. I was like, I know what's going to happen at the end. Somebody's going to win their fantasy football league trophy, and I'm going to.
Like we don't need press room access to that. We're good.
No. I doubt they're at San Diego. It's not that type of show. Although I was surprised that Workaholics is having like a Nerd HQ panel. That honestly, I would have gone to that, but like. I'm not pressed, so I can't ask for a ticket, and I don't have the money to buy one right this minute. So we'll see.
What else is going on Saturday?
So anything else for you, Jamie, after the Magicians?
Not that I have definitively planned. I mean, I check off all the panels that I'm interested in, but I usually wait to pick my panels until after I know what my press obligations are going to be.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go through probably tomorrow and pick something a little more definitive than just empty.
We'll also make sure we all have each other's numbers and like have a group. Like last year we had a group text going on where we just kind of updated everybody on where we were. And I think, at least I'm pretty sure it was a text group because we tried using Facebook, but like the internet is it's easier to send text than it is to use the internet there.
Someone tweeted us not too long ago talking about Wi-Fi. Let me see. Cox is bringing Wi-Fi to all of downtown, and it might already be set up already, so that might not be an issue. Yeah, it's in our Twitter mentions, so thank you, people who are following us and tweeting us.
See,
that's going to be very helpful.
I've got the Geeky Feelings hashtag on, so I'm missing the.
See, I got our mentions on. So we might have good data this year. We might be able to play Pokemon Go and communicate through Facebook, but we'll probably do a text message anyway because honestly it's going to be easier.
Well, and also then, if you lose internet or don't have it, you're not using data.
That's true.
So.
I have unlimited data.
I have close to, I have such a high amount, I never use it, but still. Pokemon Go, I'm sure. I don't want to see what my bill's going to be.
Pokemon Go is going to kill us all.
Not me. I deleted it.
Oh!
No, it's okay. It's okay. Listen, some people don't like it. It's all fine.
I just don't get it, really. I'm like, whatever.
Or just don't. I mean, for me, it's usually I don't want to get an obsessed with it thing, but like, my friends tried to get me into Ingress, but I like never was able to like every time I tried to walk somewhere, it was never loading for me and stuff, and so I finally deleted it, and what they did was, I'm pretty sure Pokemon Go bought the Ingress data.
I think so, because a lot of Ingress
company,
sites,
yeah, so
like Pokestops and gyms, yeah.
So yeah, but anyway, so Erin, what are you doing on Saturday? Did you already?
I have a lot on Saturday. I have the Lucifer press room in the morning, so that's exciting.
That was a really good press room last year. If you are lucky enough to sit at a table with, if you have a good question or two, and or are lucky enough to sit at a table with people who have good questions. I had like one person at my table, I was like, can you just stop talking? But like there were so many good questions, and that was what, like I said earlier, it was one of my favorite press rooms.
I hope I'm not the one with the bad questions, but we'll find out.
You know what the bad questions are. If you could cosplay as something, what would you cosplay as? How are you enjoying Comic-Con?
Right? What's your first Comic-Con? Like, no one cares. Like what's...
Those are the bad.
We just made enemies in all of the press rooms. People, when we walk into press rooms, are going to be
no, we didn't. We didn't, because nobody wants you to ask those questions. The actors don't want it. The producers don't want it. The directors, the writers, whoever is in those press rooms, they don't want you to ask them, and neither do your other press friends. You know, we're all in the same room. We're all recording the same thing. So it's not like you're getting something before we are. We're all getting it at the same time. There's the biggest competition is who can get it out first. And that's on your website, you know, and on you. So, like, not on the other people in that room. So just please don't waste everybody's time with stupid questions.
How are you enjoying Comic-Con? If you could be any other character, who would you be? What's your favorite song?
I do have to say, somebody in one of my press rooms last year asked the cosplay question, and the woman was like, an Ewok. And the person was like, oh, so like a sexy Ewok? She was like, no, I want to be one of those furry little Ewoks, like a full-on furry Ewok. And I was like, yeah, thank you, that's the best. Anyway, so Erin, you won't be the person with the bad question. What else do you have going on, Seth?
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. I try to put a lot of thought into my questions, but maybe I don't have to. All right. I'm just kidding. Then I have, very shortly after Lucifer, I have the Winona Earp press room, which I'm trying to get caught up on the show. I've watched it. I just haven't watched all of it, so I'm trying to get caught up before then. So.
Well, you can always Wi-Fi it on the plane and watch it on your long flight. So.
I don't really have a long flight, so.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
How long is your flight?
Well, I fly from Des Moines to Las Vegas, which is about 2 hours, and then Las Vegas to San Diego is under an hour. So
yeah, okay. What are you, Southwest?
Yeah. So we'll see. Whatever. Okay. After that, I will be attending the Expanse panel in Indigo Ballroom because I love the Expanse. I love it. And then after that, I'm in the Expanse press room. Yay!
I can't wait to hear the news from that. I'm so excited for you.
And one of my tentative interviews is actually a cast member, and the main cast members of The Expanse.
Who?
So I will tell you after we confirm. Okay. I will tell you offline. And then
secret.
Hopefully, I will have time. Yeah, we're Facebook friends. It's all good. So, and then hopefully after the Expanse press room, I will have time to at least catch a little bit of the Outcast panel. I probably won't get there in time, but I'm going to try really hard. Outcast is a show that I'm watching right now on Cinemax. It is not a show for everyone. It is not a show for everyone, but I like it. So,
is it like a horror show or something?
Yes. Okay. It's on Cinemax. It's based on the graphic novel by Robert Kirkman, who does The Walking Dead.
I thought it sounded familiar. Okay.
Yeah, it's about demon possession, and it's very, very violent. And so if you're not into violence or horror or demon possession, you probably will not like the show. So, but I like all that stuff because I'm kind of crazy. So, yeah. So, and then Saturday night, I am hoping to attend the NBC party for a little bit. And I've got some tentative other plans that night, but we'll see.
All right. Well, our final day is Sunday. I don't even have a full day. Like I even if I had been able to, even if I had known about the response time for the Friends of Comic-Con dinner, it would have been hell attending it because I would have had to like cab it over there and have my luggage and leave early to go to the airport. So I'm sad, but if there's Sharknado stuff this year and I miss it, I'm counting on you guys as always. 2 years in a row now, Erin the first year, and who was it? Erin again? Was it you again last year, or was it Stephanie?
I don't think so.
Somebody, it may have been. No, it may have been Carlena. I think it was you the first year, and Carlena last year got me the Sharknado stuff. So
we'll get you Sharknado swag.
If it exists, I mean, it may not even, because I don't know if there's a new one.
Can there be a Comic-Con without Sharknado swag? I don't think that's possible.
I hope not. And they get more ridiculous every year. Like last year, they were marching through the streets. But that's in the evening. I don't know. I mean, Sunday for me is just like one last exhibit hall pass, and like there's some panels I'd like to go to, but nothing big, you know. It's mostly like personal interest stuff. Like if I can get my ass out of bed, it would be cool to go to the Harry Potter fan panel. If I can't get my ass out of bed, then like there's a couple panels at 3. One is one I want to go to, and the other is one that I should go to, and they're both at 3 o'clock. So not happy about that.
I think me and Erin are both trying for Sherlock and Hall H, but neither one of us want to camp out.
Yeah.
so we'll see how that works. I've walked into Hall H on Sunday before, but this was back when it was just Supernatural and then things that nobody who's in the Supernatural fandom is actually interested in, so there was no overlap, so it wasn't that hard. This year, though, Superlock, I think, is the mashup name of the two fandoms. I don't know. But it's a very big overlap between the fandoms, so there might be a lot of people that are into both that are trying to get in.
Superlock. I think it's Superlock because I've, like Sure Natural doesn't sound right.
Sure Natural?
Well, I know they're
Super Who-Lock.
Sherlock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Who-Lock, so I'm guessing it's Superlock. Which also sounds kind of...
so Sherlock at 10 a.m., maybe, if the line's not terrible. And then I'm confirmed for the Moffat Nerd Headquarters, which is not just Moffat anymore. Apparently it's going to be
I'm so jealous. Like, I just don't have the money.
And Amanda Abington! Amanda Abington! I'm most excited about Amanda Abington, to be honest. She plays Mary, and she's also real-life partner of Martin Freeman, which is John. So on-screen and off-screen partners.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
about the off-screen thing. I just started watching Sherlock like earlier this year, and I still haven't finished the 3rd season. So like,
how can you have? They're 3 episodes long.
I know, but it's because it's the last episode's like an hour and a half, and I've started it twice and gotten like more than halfway through it. But like, I turn my TV on about once every 2 months.
Tara, you have somebody roaming around in your background right now.
Yeah, that's my friend. I told you I was having a friend staying the night. That's why I had to mute myself earlier because my dogs were barking. Then they realized they'd met him before, and they were like,
"There's just like some random dude standing behind you."
You need the internet password. Oh yeah.
Well, wow.
He's like,
since I pretty much talked about my Sunday thing, I'm going to very temporarily cut off my feed while you guys continue talking, just because of my iPad 3 beers. So you guys keep talking. I'll be back in a minute.
It's the bathroom break. Yeah. We have that. Yeah, it's cool. Jamie?
Bathroom breaks. No, usually I get to the end of the webcast and I'm like,
Jamie,
Well,
what's
I
your
had
Sunday
such
looking like?
problems with, So, the only thing I have that I definitely want to do is the Women of Marvel panel. I go to it every year at New York Comic Con, so although if I go to it at San Diego, I won't have to go to it at New York. No, I'm sure there'll be new things to talk about. So, because there's a lot of new developments with women in Marvel, because the new Iron Man is a girl, and there's a new series coming out in December where Captain America and Iron Patriot are both women. So that's going to be pretty awesome.
okay.
Women. But that's it that I have definite that I want to do. Like I said, there's other stuff that I want to do. I was interested in the Harry Potter fan panel too.
Well, let me know.
That's
I'm not.
If one that I'm like. That
Me
I definitely
too.
want to hit.
I want to go to that too.
The problem is it's at 10:15, I think, in the morning. So it's like
I'm going to be in Sherlock.
I will go, but I will show up at 10 o'clock if I go and hope that I get in. I'm not waiting in line for it, and like with everything Harry Potter that's like happening, I worry that it would be impossible to get in. And that's kind of why I'm like, will I even go? Because do I want to get out of bed and get there at 10 o'clock and find out I can't get in, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing happened. I'm back.
All right.
Well, good. We talked about Jamie's Sunday. So anything else for you, Jamie?
I don't think so. I mean, it's not on Sunday, but I actually have an exclusive that I pre-ordered that I have to pick up sometime during the convention. I bought one of the Mattel Katana DC superhero girl.
Nice.
So I'm excited about that. I saw those they were at the toy fair, and they're so cool. I was like, if they weren't, if I had the money in the display space, I would have all of them.
Was that at the regular toy fair or that like yacht that you got to party on with all the toys?
They were at both, actually, but I first saw them at the.
Okay, New Yorker who gets everything.
Yeah.
Jeez, you get to have nice snacks and drinks while looking at all these cool toys in New York. All right.
Not fair.
Not fair at all. Can I move into your closet, Jamie? I mean,
yeah.
You and my cat are quiet.
Sure.
We're very quiet. Awesome. Packing my bags.
I'll bring no, I don't want to live in New York City. I grew up in Connecticut. I don't want to live in New York City. Anyway, so Erin, Sunday?
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to do Hall H Sherlock. It better be worth it. And that's really about it. I will hopefully be able to spend some time on the exhibit floor. And yeah, and then Sunday night I'll be attending the Friends of Comic-Con Forum swag trade and dinner. So that's always a good time. And
RSVPs are full, so anyone listening to this who's not RSVP to that, sorry, you can't join us. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sad I'm missing it this year, but it would be too much of a hassle, honestly.
I guess now's a good time to plug Friends of Comic-Con, because I gotta say, like, they are a super helpful resource. Like,
yeah, I mostly lurk on their message boards, but they are super nice, too, which is, like, honestly rare for online message boards in my experience. So they've always been really helpful there and everything. So even though I mostly just lurk these days, they're good peeps. I like them.
Yes, they are good peeps. And I'm rooming with 2 of them. So And,
I hope I get to see your roommate again. I like her. She's cool.
Devorah, right?
Yes. Yes.
She's pretty great.
She's bringing her husband this year, though. It should be fun and interesting. So, I mean, it's a dude, so whatever. And I did, I have not put this on my schedule yet, but I would like to attend the Talkback panel on Sunday as well. It's always a good panel to attend if you have comments about how the convention went or how it's run. And I have lots of things that I would like to say, particularly about the hotel sale, even though I got an Airbnb this year. So still, it's a good one to attend, though, if you have issues or things to say to CCI.
I didn't participate in the hotel sale, but that was one of the things I touted about being, like, great about San Diego versus, like, Dragon Con, was how they handled the hotel sale in the past. And when I heard how they handled it this year, I was so disappointed. Because, like, I know the badge process for Comic-Con is a nightmare, but, like, the hotel sale process was easy. You know what I mean? Like, it was easy, and then this year it wasn't like the waiting room type thing.
Yeah, you got put into a queue.
And then it was random.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I was number 18,000.
Yeah.
I was like in the first 100, and yet I got my fourth choice. It didn't make any sense whatsoever. And then yet someone else who was in like the first 500 got our number one choice. So thankfully we got into that hotel, which is the Hilton Gaslamp right across the street. But he was after me, and he got our top choice. And like all of us were trying when we have the same top 6 choices, and I was ahead and I got lower. What? Like it made no sense. But I mean, at least it
sounds like it's just a lottery, honestly.
Basically, like, even if they say that there's some sort of system in place where like your number is higher, you get a higher choice, did not prove to be true. At least with my subgroup, which was 5 of us trying, and 3 got nothing. And then 2 of us, I got fourth choice, he got our first choice.
Hey.
Well, and I was trying for your group too, so
I'm staying in a hostel, so I don't want to hear any complaints.
I
stayed at a hostel the first year I went.
Listen, I wouldn't have if it was 10 years ago, no problem. I am 33 years old. I'm too old for this shit.
So I do hotel.
I
did the hostel once because
I was gonna say, I haven't shared a bathroom with numerous people since my freshman year of college.
I did a hostel the first year I went because my friend and I had never gone and we didn't know how to do anything. And I booked the hostel before we even had the tickets. Like I booked the hostel in like December just in case, because I was like, if we don't get tickets, then we can just cancel and no problem. And it was actually her mom that got us our tickets because both of us had like really bad places in line, and her mom was like way ahead of us and got to buy us our tickets. And it wasn't bad, like they give you food and everything, but yeah, I was like 30 years old and I'm like, no, I need like a real bed and my own bathroom.
Also, I doubt
hotels
whatever food they give me if there's food involved. I don't know if there's food involved where I'm staying. Which hostel did you stay at?
Lucky D's.
Okay, no, I'm not. I'm staying at USA Hostels, which is honestly, it's like half a mile from the convention center, so it's obviously no Hilton Gaslamp, but it's closer than where. I mean, we stayed at a really nice hotel the first year I went. What was it called?
Right?
The Bristol,
Bristol?
yeah. The Bristol. The hotel itself was really nice. Yeah, but it was like 0.8 miles. From
and
the
that was too
convention
far
center.
now.
Yeah, well, I mean, 0.5 is it, and when I say like, you don't think those 0.3 of a mile matter, but they do. So,
they really do.
And especially when like the Bristol was like way up there, and like the place I'm staying now is, thank God, like a straight shot right down to the main entrance of the convention center. So But
I want to try for Hilton Gaslamp every year because I've really grown to like that place. Last year was my first year there. The very first year I had, I actually stayed with a friend my first year, but the first year I had a hotel, I was stuck out in Mission Valley, which was hell on earth. Like,
I think I
never
remember
again.
that because that was like right after I started writing for the Geekiary. And like I remember you complaining
It
about
was
how
horrible. At one point, the shuttles were all full, and I had to get a taxi into town so I could make it to the things that I wanted to go to because I had waited for 2 hours and all the shuttles were full. And then we did the Bristol together. That was your first year. And then I did Hilton Gaslamp last year, and now I'm just all like Hilton Gaslamp all the way. But people listening, don't go for Hilton Gaslamp because I want it, and it's small. So go for other ones. Go for the Omni, go for the Hard Rock, leave the Hilton Gaslamp for me. Okay? We good? Okay, thanks.
I'd be cool with staying at the Marriott, to be honest. So
I got the Marriott as my number 4 choice and gave it to a friend. So a couple of my friends are staying at the Marriott.
I'm still an Omni girl. I love the Omni. It's my favorite. But I went the Airbnb route this time. I'll let you know how it goes.
It's getting close to 8:30, and we're pretty much done with talking about our schedule stuff. Is there anything else we want to say before we wrap up?
I think we got it. Let's see if there's any comments on Twitter besides the ones we've already answered. Not really, but I see Fareed is listening. Hello, Fareed. Yay.
Yeah,
one of our admins.
Fareed.
He's getting on me to write my recommendation for out.
I saw that, yeah.
Haven't done yet. I haven't even started packing for Reed. I really need to do that first.
Have some patience, Fareed.
Meanwhile, I'm like messaging Jamie, like, how fast can I finish this last Red Rising book so that we can like get back from San Diego and write a rec for this series together because I'm obsessed.
I think Pierce Brown is going to be there.
Oh my God, I need to find out for sure if he is. But also, do you think that there's going to be a movie sometime? I don't know, all that makeup. Okay, I don't want to get into this.
I just have one more thing that I want to talk about that's possibly, well, it is San Diego Comic-Con related, but I've not done the research for it yet. What do we think about the chances of a Hiddleswift sighting in San Diego?
Oh God!
No.
I'm sorry.
Of course.
Did you say swizzle sticks?
Swizzle sticks?
Because all I hear is
swizzle
sticks.
Or Tato, who knows? Whatever you want to call them.
Oh.
No,
I don't want to use Tato because that sounds too much like Lord of the Rings. Potato. They don't deserve that name. They are swizzle sticks.
Well, Tom Hiddleston is confirmed to appear, and since they've been joined at the hip ever since they started dating, I'm thinking she's probably going to be there. And how's that going to go over with the fans?
Like, God, what? Like,
she's gonna do what they all do. Like, honestly, when I went to, I won't say which panel I went to last year, but there was like a boyfriend of somebody who was on the panel who just came and like stood in the corner watching his girlfriend on the panel. I can't even. Yeah, like and it's like you think there's someone important because they're like sitting in the special secret chairs up in the corner at the front, off to the left. But it was really just some no one, and it was her boyfriend. So it was like that's what if she goes to things, that's what she's gonna be doing. Well, I don't know. This is Taylor. He's gonna like march across the stage and like kiss him in front of everybody.
I would not be surprised.
And then she'll turn around and there'll be a baby bump, and she'll be like, "By the way, I want you to San Diego Comic-Con. I'm pregnant."
No. This always happens on our webcast.
Maybe
it goes downhill fast.
Maybe Tom Hiddleston is MPreg. I'm sorry. I care so little about both of these.
Get the ball rolling.
Yeah, I care so little about both of these people, but I feel like Tom Hiddleston is like so many bazillions of levels above Taylor Swift as a person that I just cannot believe that any of this is true.
We're gonna start getting angry tweets any second now.
The thing is, I don't dislike Taylor. I think she is an extremely talented and beautiful girl. I just think Tom Hiddleston is Tom Hiddleston and is amazing. Like he is like, I don't know what awards he's won, but we're talking about somebody who is just, he is a, I'm not even super attracted to him. I got to be honest. Like, I like Tom Hiddleston because he's a talented, intelligent man. And I'm not saying that Taylor Swift isn't either one of those, but he has a lot of maturity and stuff that she does not have. And he is leagues beyond her. And I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. Like, she can be smart, she can be talented, she can be beautiful, but she's not Tom Hiddleston worthy. And I'm not even a big Tom Hiddleston stan.
Here's the thing. I'm seeing Taylor Swift fans say the exact same thing about Hiddles. They're like, "Who's this British guy?" Like,
that's just because I don't know who he is.
But there's like two different sides of this because Taylor Swift is very pop culture. She's a pop culture singer, and then Hiddleston's in a lot of geek media. So you have the geeks that are like, Hiddles is better, and then all the pop culture people are like, T Swift is better. Like, neither side is liking this pairing. Like, we're both really angry about this.
That girl can play a 12-string guitar. She is not an idiot, and she is talented. But I don't see it. It looks forced and awkward and gross to me. I'm sorry. Hate me all you want, people. I get hate all the time. People hate me for Supernatural, and I don't even watch the fucking show.
Reminder.
I don't like. I like Taylor Swift. I like Tom Hiddleston. I'm not super strong, in terms of my feelings about either one of them.
Erin just face palmed like like a solid.
Erin knows Erin face. I make Erin face palm about 600 times a day. It's fine.
Yeah, sorry. That's just the way I am. Most of you don't know me in person, and if you do, you know that it's just all facial expressions. That's just me.
So, Hiddle Swift encounter, I'll be keeping an eye out and Instagramming it if I see it, but he was holed up at Comic-Con last year. You saw him briefly only because you were staying at Hard Rock, so.
Yeah, he was doing an interview at my hotel, so I saw him, but. Oh, and I went to Tom Hiddleston, and so hopefully there will be no panic attacks over Hiddle's anxiety this year.
But you were at Hard Rock last year, and this year you're not, so hopefully you won't get stuck in any Hiddle Swizzle Sticks catastrophes at this convention.
I was just throwing it out there. I mean, I think it's I used to hate Hiddle Swift, and now I'm like a Hiddle Swift trash can. I can't get enough of it. In fact, when we get off this, I'm going to go check out Tumblr to see what the chances are of them going to Comic-Con together are going to be. So
I've heard nothing except for that she's going. I thought it was confirmed, but
wait. So do we have a ship war going on this? We have the anti-swizzle sticks and the pro swizzle sticks. Is this like are we about to throw down about?
I don't know if any of us are necessarily pro swizzle sticks.
I wouldn't call I like it, but I wouldn't call myself a pro.
Yeah, I'm not super anti swizzle sticks.
I'm not anti either. I just
think it's fake, and I want it to stop because I think it's fake. If it's real, then it's kind of scary,
bizarre,
because people shouldn't be attached to each other. I'm not gonna get into that. That's just even too much for me. So anyway, I'm almost out of water, and it is past 8:30. So do we have anything other than swizzle sticks to talk about, or should we wrap it?
No, please.
Just be sure to join us on Wednesday for our webcast, 5 p.m. Pacific. That is 8 Eastern. And we will be live from San Diego, except for Tara. Sorry. But that will be our preview night special. We will maybe have more confirmations about things. And I'm sure there will be more news to share and everything. So
yeah, I'm excited. So
Yep.
5 p.m. Pacific. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern this coming Wednesday.
Yep, you got it.
I don't have to worry about Hawaii time. I won't be here.
Yay!
Let's shut this thing down. I'll do it.
Yes.
All right.
I'm Erin, along with Tara, Angel, and Jamie, yay, who finally made us. Thank you again for joining us for Feelings with the Geeky, our pre-San Diego Comic-Con edition. Remember, we're a free webcast run off of donations from viewers like you. Thanks for contributing and helping our host site, The Geeky, and we'll see you on Wednesday from Comic-Con. Bye!
Bye!